Hey everyone, you're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two friends recap romance novels while commenting, guffawing, and staying connected. It's the end of hiatus. We're back! We schemed some new things while we were gone, including offering cameos. So check out our website if you want us to send goofy, loving messages to one of your nearest and dearest. But I have to say, it's been too long. So let's celebrate being reunited by jumping right into the episode. Here we go.
You look so confused.
It's because I made you small so that I can look at you and it's just like it's you, you know?
That's just like you, just always making me small. I don't understand what you're talking about. What do you mean?
I mean so that I can look at you without it looking like really fucking weird on the video.
I see. Yeah,
you know?
I have to drag you to very near the camera.
That's exactly what I've done. But because of that, the record button is hidden and it's
preaching to the choir. I completely understand now.
I know.
Hello.
And
Hi. We're back from hiatus.
We're back from hiatus. How was your hiatus?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really great. I wish I could tell you that, I read all these books that I wanted to read. Because I had a list, but then I just didn't read any books at all.
No. Sometimes you just have to take a rest.
Wait, I should take that back. I beta read some books.
Nice.
And then also, I neglected to beta read some books. So if you're out there, I'm sorry. But I'm getting there.
I have done some reading.
Yes.
I have done some reading.
I bet.
Aaron.
Wait. We should do the embrace first.
We have some people to embrace. Are you ready?
It should not surprise you at all that we just straight up skipped some people on the reading embrace episode.
I'm not convinced that that's actually what happened.
I think at least 1 to 2 of them is what happened.
All right, so are we ready? And
yes,
some
I'm
of
ready.
y'all are just late as fuck. But
Yeah,
that's
some
okay.
of you are late. Some of you we forgot. We're not going to delineate between them.
We're not. So,
sorry.
You can hide in plain sight.
Yes.
All right, so the first one is Marlene M.
Marlene M., we're so sorry we forgot you or that you're late.
Either
We're so
way,
sorry.
come into our bosoms.
Come in here.
All right, Stephanie VB.
Stephanie VB. Hey.
Tina C.
Tina C.
You are embraced.
Embraced.
It's cuddle times over
Get in
here.
here.
Roxanne R.
Snuggle up.
Oh! It's a 2-way hug, 3-way hug.
Wow.
And finally, Sarah P. Sarah P.
We just got you this week.
We did.
Sarah P.
Whoa, I thought we weren't.
Oh yeah, but
Marking
it's
the
funny.
difference.
It's funny when it's February. I'm sorry,
It's
Sarah
really
P.
funny.
I'm gonna call you out. I'm sorry.
It's not a call out. Frankly, I'm proud of her for even getting around to it ever.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I just think I think it would be fun if every year for the reading embrace we not only shouted out the first person to complete the embrace on
the last
which is
one.
2nd of January, but also who came in dead last after the race had already packed up and left. We
like it.
Love it. You're like that cake song with the race in the car.
That's the
race
one.
Car. You know the one?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
the
talking
one.
about? Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, you're like that.
Okay. What have I read, Erin? Do you want to hear?
I would love it.
Okay. So I had to read for Bonkers, obviously. So people know what I read for that for the most part. However, it also sent me down a couple of rabbit holes. So the first one is that I finally got to read more of the Monsters series from Lily Mayne. The first one is that Smoke Monster.
Yes, I do recall.
Yeah. And then the second one is his purple friend, his purple best friend. And he's got a prehensile tail that also has a blade at the end.
Uh-huh.
And so not only is there tail play,
yes.
it's danger tail play.
And it's like that purple boy from Monsters, Inc., right?
No.
Oh.
It's a hot, humanoid big boy.
But isn't it a little bit like that purple boy from Monsters, Inc., or no?
Boy? Which is the
yeah,
purple
the
boy?
villain. The villain from Monsters, Inc.
No, he's not lizardy.
Sorry, that's what I imagined. Sorry. All right.
No.
I'm just going to let you talk.
He's more like a Messica, but purple. You know, like with less ridges and stuff.
Okay.
But he's got horns. He's got that prehensile tail, but it does have that knife on the end.
So not. That's a no.
It's not Randall.
Okay, all right. That's fine. I was just holding up a picture of Randall from Monsters, Inc. Not that I want that.
In fact,
in a romance.
Eden. You see that chest?
You didn't see Randall's torso. Let me find a better.
Please show me Randall's torso.
I bet I can find a weird, sexy drawing of Randall from Monsters Inc. before we're done here.
If there is, we're going to post it on the Patreon.
Not that I want a sexy version of that. It's just maybe
Listen, maybe we do, though. I don't know.
Maybe we do, though. I guess it depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
So, he is like the biggest, most open-hearted cinnamon roll, the monster is. And then the hero is like a really cynical, just like fucking asshole to him for a good, like, I don't know, 15 or 20% of the book. It's pretty fun. We also get to see more of Danny and Wynn, which is really cool. Oh, it's so good. It made my heart sing. What did you find?
I found something I didn't like at all. I found something I didn't like, and I didn't understand. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I don't even understand what's going on there.
What is that? A Randall like balloon animal, but
kind of like
a cartoon
sea monster, but like extra arms and like a huge badonk, and one of the badonks is squeezing someone in the arms is squeezing that badonk, and then like a huge tail, and part of the tail kind of looks like a vagina, and then there's a big tongue, and I don't know why, but then also eyelashes, which makes me think it's like a feminine version.
It's an envy one. I like it.
Yeah.
You should email that to us or text it to me as soon as possible, and that will go on our Patreon.
It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted, but I applaud whoever does want it.
Yeah, anyway. And it could be something that somebody else wants.
That's what I'm saying. I applaud you if that's what you did want.
Then I read The Reek, which is like the third book in that monster series.
Yes, okay.
And it's a big trauma, big trigger warning. This one has been tortured for like 15 years, okay? He's been had by that army, and they've not been kind. Yeah. And so then we get to see how non-military people live out in the wastes. It's really fun. And there's like a surprise because everybody's like terrified of this dude, and the other hero can't figure out why, because he's like the sweetest thing that's ever walked the planet, except that if you come for his mate.
Oh, he's like a Huffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you come for his mate,
he
turns into like a 50-foot fucking like hawk of death with one of those goblin shark faces.
You know what that reminds me of is that the girl in the we're gonna go on a journey here. Are you ready? Are you ready to come with me?
I am. Okay. I've got my picnic basket and everything.
Remember the book we read that had the Marine heroine that did die and come back to life with her pit bull and fought people with her boobs out?
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Are you here with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, that was a Shelley Lawrenston.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So remember that Shelley Lawrenston that wasn't that one, but was maybe like the third one that had this quiet girl, and I think her name started with a J, and she was very quiet, but then she went into rages, and she became like a rage monster.
Yes.
And she had also been tortured or had some kind of a trauma.
I believe she had been grown up in a death cult.
Something, yeah.
There was something like that.
Yeah, there was a sexual component, too, that was really rough, I think.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
But, yeah, it sounds kind of the same of, like, trauma and then, like, a quiet boy and then, like, has a monster inside. Yeah.
Boy, does he straight up murder, like, 75 people in a go. It's
all
incredible.
Younglings? Were they younglings?
They weren't younglings.
Oh,
thank goodness.
I hate it when the hero starts murdering younglings. Stops being able to act.
A lot of them were innocents, though. They hadn't done a goddamn thing. So
that's rough. Well,
he can't help it.
You know.
Let's see. I read a Ruby Dixon. I read a Sam's Secret, which was really good. We finally found out what the fuck was going on with Sam, and it was excellent.
Did he have a secret?
She did, yeah.
Oh, she have a secret? Hey,
yeah.
which one is that one?
Oh, that's an ice home.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not yet through The Initiation by Nikki Sloan, which we are recapping on Bonkers, but I didn't read it. And so I read it after Jenny recapped it for me, and like, holy fuck balls. It is a contemporary that will like sizzle your brain and your pants off.
I don't want my brain sizzled off.
Listen.
I want it sizzled, but I don't want it cooked like one of those 80s drug commercials.
You know what? You have a more resilient brain than I do.
Oh, do I?
So I feel like you'd be fine. I read The Chronic by Kenya Gori Bell, and it's really, really sweet and wonderful. The heroine is neurodivergent. She is a sensory-seeking autistic woman, and he is The Rock. He's like the biggest megastar on the planet, and it's Friends to Lovers.
You mean Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's basically that guy, yeah. Okay, what else did I read? I read Invisible Goddess because I was on Smart Bitches Trashy Books, and that was really fun. So you can hear everything I thought about that there. What else did I read? Holy shit, Erin. Yeah. So we read a demon book by Harley LaRue for Bonkers. And so I just dove headfirst into the second book in that series, which was Her Soul for Revenge. Okay.
What was the first one called?
Her Soul to Take.
Yes, I've heard about that one. Why? Because you did an episode on it? Why have I heard this?
It just came out. When we recorded
maybe
this,
I saw some. Okay, maybe I saw something. Okay, all right. Okay, tell me.
Okay, okay. So it's like a pretty standard setup. The girl has been almost sacrificed by a death cult. She does get away though, and then she goes on the run because now like beasties who work for the death god are coming for her. So, like, 2 years later, this demon that had flirted with her.
So, wait, she was in a death cult, and then
No, she wasn't.
Oh.
They just,
the
they
death
grabbed
cult,
her up.
They captured her.
That's the one.
Okay. Yeah. And then the death cult did believe in a death god that did want her. So, like, can we just take a moment to, like...
The deep one.
Ooh.
I know.
Wait, she's the deep one?
No, the deep one is the death god.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, let's table that she's the deep one. But, like, so there was a death cult, but, like, low-key, like, they were right, it sounds like.
Oh, no, they're completely right.
Yeah. I kind of like that. I mean, usually, you know, IRL, your standard death cults turn out to be, like, womp womp. Like,
oh, yeah, it's just like a narcissist with a control and murder problem.
I have a little bit of respect for a death cult that, like, that had it right.
Yeah, fair. You know,
yeah, mad respect. Like, I don't like that they tried to kill her or whatever. Yeah,
they shouldn't. They're wrong about bringing this god back though, because they think that they'll be the only
bring him
ones.
Back.
Yeah, they're trying to bring this god, resurrect this god. They think that if they do it, then like they will be spared, and like they're super not going to be spared at all. The god gives no fucks about them.
No, that happens like all the time,
right?
Like you bring a god back, and you're like, "Aren't you thankful?" And then that god is like, "No, like I'm going to eat you.
Where is my gold star?"
Yeah,
and
like you're the first thing here for me to eat. Yum thanks.
Thanks so much,
guys. Gods don't care about us.
I know. You really got to watch out.
It's like one of the best shows ever made, The Magicians, which all of you should watch. And I can't believe none of you have.
It's so good. Right. Wow, The Magicians. Okay, what else did I read? Oh, so the
wait.
All right, in the first third of the book.
So wait, I'm sorry. What happens?
Yeah, no problem. So the demon is like, "Hey, survive," and
who's the
I'll see you later.
Like, is the demon like associated with Death God, or
no?
Like, what's his
demon
hierarchy?
Hates gods because gods are shit.
He's fallen from all the gods.
Yeah, he's like, fuck gods.
Okay,
you know?
Cool.
Yeah. So he's like, hey girl, if you're like sexy enough to survive, I'll see you soon. So 2 years later, like in the first, I swear, like 2 chapters of the book, she straight up murders a man in a bar brawl. It's amazing. Yeah.
For reasons, or is she just out there bodyguarding?
No. He's he's done a big attack on her.
Okay.
Like, it's not great. And so she does murder him in the face.
Like, I've lost a little love for this heroine. Jesus.
Okay, but then she does finally, like, decide to give her soul to this demon. And in return, he's going to help her take down Death Cult. Okay? But also, there's, like, sex that is going to happen.
I imagine that once somebody else has your soul and you have sex with them, it's good. I imagine that's
I'll tell
hot.
you what. I'll tell you what.
Hot? All right, okay.
Boy. And it's like so extra super hot because she is not only into pain, but she's also into like non-con play. And so
what is that?
Sorry, consensual
non-consensual?
non-consent.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Consensual non-consent, right. And so like one of their first sexual encounters, he's like, run then. And so she runs and he's like, fight me. And so she fights him and it is consensual non-consent to the point that she stabs him with a knife.
That goes too far.
No, not for him, because he is a demon. He's got a different style body.
Oh, he's an immortal demon, so it's not like an Angelina Jolie type stab. It's a different kind.
No, it's a hot
Google
one.
Google that, listener, if you don't know what that was referencing.
Please do.
Okay.
She stabs him, and he's like, oh, God, that's so sexy. And then he does fuck her real good on the forest ground in the rain, okay? And then, like, they do take down that death cult. So,
well, maybe I'll read
HEA
that.
all the way around.
Maybe that's something I'll read.
Yeah,
I used to read a lot of demon books.
It's so good.
Oh, hey, HBs. I don't know if you've heard, but we have a Patreon. For as little as $5 a month, you get over 150 bonus episodes, most of which include Aaron, videos of regular episodes, author hangouts, and so much more. Do you want to hear Aaron and I recap every single episode of Crash Landing on You? What about a little film called Psycho Stripper? Do you want more recaps of ridiculous Thanksgiving and other holiday books and movies? And how do you feel about Naima Simone and I recapping amazing reality TV? All of that and more is on the Patreon. There's so much content at your fingertips as soon as you sign up. Seriously, hours and hours. Anyway, it's patreon.com/Heaving Bosoms Podcast if you want to check it out. And of course, that link is in the show notes. Keep being a badass.
What else have I read? I read a Lisa Kleypas I had never heard of called Prince of Dreams.
What's that one about?
It is about...
Is that the gorilla book?
It's not that I've seen. Wait, gorilla book? There are many aminals in it. But it's more tigery. There's also a chimp. There's a chimp.
No, we were talking about that book where the gorilla kills her husband and then the twin brother comes. Anyway, that was the book we were talking about. Okay.
Is that a Lisa Kleypas?
I don't know what it is. I just know it's a historical.
No. Okay. This is about a super tall heroine who, like, can't get a guy because she's tall and she takes no shit. Except that she does get a guy, but her dad thinks he's a fortune hunter, and so he super hard knows it. And meanwhile, there is an exiled Russian prince who has been there and has known her since she was 13 years old and has had a hard-on for her since she was 13. He's just been drawn to her for some reason or another. And
what year is this?
1877, methinks.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great time to enter the Russian monarchy. Just get right in there. It's gonna be it's gonna be fine. It's fine.
He gets hard tortured and exiled as fuck. So, you know.
So he's already exiled?
Yeah, he's gonzo. He lives in England now.
So she's not gonna
No.
Okay, all right. I was just like, I only like HEAs, and I did take Imperial Russia 1, 2, and 3 in college. Okay,
they do not honeymoon in Russias.
Not at that ice castle the Empress Anna made? All right, keep going.
We have to write a romance novel that is that story.
That is what? They made it. It's called Frozen. Like,
oh, stop it. No, there was that other one you told me about.
Elsa was based on Empress Anna.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
But like romance.
But like a romance novel?
With fucking.
I don't.
And Elsa is the heroine who fucks.
Okay, all right.
Instead of Anna, you know?
Yeah, okay.
And then like Kristoff can still be there, you know? That's like B plot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Kristoff already is a B plot in the actual movie.
Not in my heart, nor yours.
Oh my gosh, I found my kryptonite last night.
Tell me everything.
And it is video clips of Jonathan Groff as Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors. I didn't know these existed on the internet, but they're out there and you can find them. That's a Venn diagram that I didn't know I needed crossed. I love Little Shop of Horrors, you guys.
Too.
And you know I also love Jonathan Groff.
I love Jonathan Groff.
If you follow me on Twitter, you know.
Yeah. Not only do I love him, I do love Little Shop of Horrors, and I fucking love a carnivorous plant just in general. You know?
Your favorite character is Audrey II. Love a carnivorous plant.
I fucking love those Venus flytraps.
Love that journey.
Feed me, Seymour.
The sexy hero for you is the carnivorous plant.
Oh
my gosh, that should be a romance novel where Seymour and Audrey II fall in love. And she, like, devours him, but he likes it. Like a vor romance.
Yeah.
Why are we like this? When did our brains break? Remember when we started this podcast? And here we are now.
It's only made us better.
Someone recently said to me, like, how can you be so into Jonathan Groff? Because he's gay, so, like, you wouldn't have a shot with him. And I'm like, I don't have a shot with him. I have exactly the same amount of shot with him if he's gay or straight. The man's a celebrity. Like, what? I don't know him personally. That's such a weird thing to say. Anyway. All right.
Anyway, so he's a Russian prince, an exiled one, and she thinks, like, he basically hates her until she's around 20, and then he's like, she will be mine. And so he makes that dude fuck off. Then he uses her heartbreak to seduce her. And then he's like, why don't you just, like, low-key marry me? You know, like, we can be friends who fuck. And
or, like,
have,
high-key. High-key marry me.
High-key. Like, legit marry me.
Highest,
yeah. The highest key. Anyway, so she does. And he's a heartless, terrible, because he's terrified of letting anybody close to him because he had some big losses.
That torture, yeah.
And then
there was
many tortures.
Yeah, I love this book.
Yeah. I know
so you just read this for fun, or you read this for bonkers, or what?
I don't know yet, because
okay,
I did read it for bonkers. The recording didn't work out, and I don't know when it's going to be rescheduled. So, I see. Who knows?
Okay, so you had, like, an author on, or, like... How do I figure out a way to read this book and have time to read it? That's what I want. This is what I want. I want a professional way to have to read this book so that I can.
I know. You can read this book, and then when we reschedule with the guest, you come on.
Who's the guest? I don't want to crash somebody's party. Nah.
You like the person. I can't say it out loud, though.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't afraid that I disliked the person. I was just afraid that I was, like, barreling into a room that I wasn't, like, you know,
no, you've been in the room before.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so... Okay, he, like, emotionally tortures her accidentally, kind of.
God, I love it.
Because he's like, let's get down, let's do the boogie time in the horizontal places. And then he's like, oh, God, no cuddling, don't touch me, I will not let you get close to me, like, I am an emotional island. And so he goes, like, real hot and cold all over the place. Aaron is rocking back and forth.
Love him.
I know. I know. And then mystical shit starts happening, okay? There's a mysticism.
What's happening?
Yeah, almost. No, so they start getting a painting restored, And
this is starting to turn for me.
Yeah, I know. Every time, like, more of the painting gets shown, like, he starts getting tingles in that part of his body. And
is he Dorian Gray? Like, I don't like this now. It turned for me.
Shut up.
I don't want to do it anymore.
She finds out that he did make her beau fuck the hell off. And so she's big mad at him now. Because she's like, you manipulated me. No, man, this is similar, like...
Well, I'm sorry, you really dropped a real Chekhov's magic painting there. And then
if you took let me get to the next sentence.
All right,
so she's big mad. And they're fighting hard. And she's like, I never want to see you again. Never touch me again. And so then he goes inside and the painter is like, hey, look, see, I did it. And it looks just like you. And he looks at a portrait of himself in old-timey pants. And then he does faint the fuck off. And then he wakes up in 1707 Russia. And then part 3 is in 1707 Russia, where he relives a myth of his ancestor that we've heard about earlier in the book, in which he marries his wife who lived in 1707 because it's Dos Doppelganger times. And I know, and because
it's
of
Elena
this,
Gilbert?
Yeah. Yes! That's exactly what it is! And so he then, he goes hard and just falls in love with her. And he's like, you know what? Fuck everything. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get back to my old wife. Also, this is my wife. It's just, like, different times, maybe, like, different bodies, same bodies. And so he just goes all in, learns how to love, and then they get separated by Russian tragedy, okay? And he gets executed. And then he does wake up, and he's like, I love you down to your soul, and I know how to love, and I do want to love my illegitimate child that I forgot to tell Aaron about. And
it had me. You know, it really had me. And then it took a few turns. And it lost me. It lost me, and I'm glad I didn't have to read 2/3 of it to find out.
Well, then there's some suspense times at the end.
Of course, yeah.
Because there's sort of a Chekhov's angry ex.
Sure.
Anyway, I read that. And that's a lot of things that I read.
That's a Kleypas book?
That's a Kleypas. It's a 1995 Kleypas.
Whew.
I know. Vintage times.
I just...
That's when you could do things like Act 2 time travel.
See, it sounds like it's Act 3 time travel.
Well, only if you're talking 4 acts, you know? And I guess there's 4 parts, but like Act 1, Act 2.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors.
It's so good. It's sexy from start to finish, man. And he gets to fuck his wife in 2 time zones, you know?
You know, this does kind of scratch the itch of how much I always wanted Elena and Damon to end up together and Stefan and Catherine to end up together. Yeah! I don't know why they didn't do it. Because I felt like he could have been her morality chain and it could have worked.
It really could have. He could have changed her.
What did happen.
Wow. Yeah, it was rude.
Wow, was that a choice?
Mm-hmm.
But no, it doesn't quite scratch that itch enough for me.
Anyway, so that's what Melody read over Hiatus Corner.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I wish I had more things to tell you about. I didn't read anything.
Don't worry
I've just
about
been watching Olympics.
Well, yeah, as you should.
I read my friend Karen Kiley's book for beta reading, and that was very good. And yeah, I just took a break. I just took an actual...
That's really good.
Actual break.
That's really good, Erin.
I guess,
you needed it.
Yeah.
You deserve it. And I'm happy for you. Okay, but you know what we can do right now?
What?
Listener emails. Because we got some doozies.
Oh, okay. I thought you were out of things to talk about. Okay, cool.
No! Are you kidding? Ha!
No. Okay.
I told you I had an outline, man. And I meant it.
Yeah.
Okay. So... one of them, did you happen to be able to read the article I sent you earlier, the Atlantic article?
About the geeses?
Yeah, the geeses.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because Rebecca L. did us a solid. And
we got a lot of goose responses, generally speaking, on in the Facebook group, on Twitter, via the email. If you recall, we talked about in Single All the Way.
I have literally no idea.
I think it was Single All the Way.
Okay.
Because we were talking about that weird tree that you used to sneak to in the woods.
Yeah.
So it went from Kathy Najimy's tree in that movie to the weird tree in the woods that you would sneak to.
used to dress up for different holidays.
To me
gooses.
talking about the gooses dressing up for different holidays. So I think that's the thread, and I think it's in that episode.
I like it. Anyway, Erin wondered if it was an overall phenomenon or not.
No, I know that it is. Because every time I tell somebody this story about the gooses, some people are like, that's fucking nuts. And then some people are like, yeah, gooses.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm crazy for thinking that it's nuts. And all of those people are between 40 and 105, and they are all Midwestern women.
Indeed.
And I'm not trying to say 40. 40 is just 5 years older than me. Like, I think it's just like a little older than me. People know what this phenomenon is.
Well, I really liked the article. It does a lot of things. It does a history. It does a how it's going today kind of situation.
A goose.
I know.
And as you know, I currently live alone.
Yeah.
As my husband literally rafts down the Amazon in a raft. He's graduated from raft to cargo. He's now in a cargo ship. He's now in a hammock in the bottom of a cargo ship. But anyway, I live alone now, so like,
you can goose it
I
up.
could get a goose if I wanted to.
He can't say a fucking thing.
Yeah. Like, where do we get them?
He's gonna come home to goose.
Because
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out.
It needs to be like a stone goose, and I don't know how to.
It has to be concrete.
I don't know how to get that to the Great White North.
I know. I'm gonna work on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and Jackie, we're gonna team up.
All right.
We're going to get some ish to you. Okay. So the one thing that I wanted to talk about, there's two things actually. One of them is that it's sort of become a generational phenomenon. And because of that, geese have traveled to different parts of the U.S. because they'll be like, Mom, don't throw that away. It makes me think of Granny. I'm going to put it on my porch. And so now the younger generation is starting to goose it up a tiny bit. Okay.
Goose it up.
But Rebecca says that it's her favorite genre of journalism, taking silly things much too seriously.
Yes,
and it's mine too. Yeah. And so, like, there's a picture of a goose dressed as Prince in this thing. It's great. However, what I really want to talk about is how this intersects with crime. Okay? And that is, according to a front-page story in the Fremont, Ohio News Messenger titled, "It's Lawn Goose Season Again," there was a rash of anti-goose crime that plagued the county from summer 1991 all the way to January 1992. A reader wrote to the paper suggesting that vandals who damaged or stole geese were starting a long overdue movement to rid our neighbors of tackiness. While a local psychologist expressed concern that the goose snappers were making an antisocial statement. Okay, now, there's another person who's like, yeah, it's basically a rite of passage.
Wait, I want to say something.
Please.
A psychologist in the 90s saying that a group of youths are making an antisocial statement is such a mood. Yeah, like that's such, but like also like that's so 90s. That's so like, it's a satanic cult. Like those youths and their anarchy necklaces.
Anarchiness.
My God, yeah. I that's a real vibe right there.
Yeah. Yep. So one of them is like, yeah, it was a rite of passage for high school boys to steal geese. And she also said that it's basically a puberty ritual. And that women are putting them on their porches in order for boys to enact this puberty ritual. As if they're
strange.
Like co-conspirators.
That's not.
Agreed.
I don't like that.
I know. She hypothesizes that the older women who own the geese know maybe that the boys are going to steal them at some point. It's like a puberty ritual. They're putting the goose forward to allow the boys to steal it so they can become men.
No, I don't like that.
That's
I don't
so
like making men out of boys in that way, of luring them to your house with a weird goose. Like I don't like that.
Hey HBs, I started an Etsy store. Did you know? Right now, it's full of all the St. Vincent items you need, because St. Vincent is thoughtful and cozy all year round. We've got a book sleeve to keep your books, planners,
e-readers, or really anything else safe when you're on the go. The inside is fuzzy, and they feel so incredibly lush in your hands. I went round and round with the manufacturers to make sure I had just the right thickness. Those feature art of St. Vincent and Evie during their carriage adventure that was painted by the amazing Mayara Faraz on one side, and then I created a St. Vincent Would Always wreath on the other side that has a bunch of little Easter egg items in it. There's a St. Vincent Would Always warm brick enamel pin. It's like, if you know, you know. I designed a special edition Marriage of Convenience candle that is specific to Devil in Winter, with the help of HB Jen at Post Pouring Company. It combines dark amber for St. Vincent and rosewood for Evie, and it smells so delicious. It's hard to even wrap my brain around. So if you want to treat yourself or be the St. Vincent you want to see in the world by getting a care package for a friend, check out our Etsy store. The link is in the show notes. But finally, it's one more story, and it's a sweet one. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm quoting directly from the article, so I'll link it in the show notes because I can't remember who wrote it. But in July 1994, a goose napping made the front page of the Akron Beacon Journal. The concrete goose had gone missing from Francis Walters' yard 11 days earlier, but this time there was a twist. The kidnappers sent Walters a postcard from the goose, which they named Bill, featuring a picture of Bill in front of Mount Rushmore, wearing the bikini and sunglasses it had been wearing the night it was stolen.
I want a
Still
goose.
having a great time. See you soon. All my love, Bill. The postcard read in part, "The Beacon Journal covered Bill's journey the rest of the summer, and the editor-in-chief even wrote a column begging him to come home." Nearly 3 months after he was stolen, he was returned, and Mrs. Walters laughed through the reunion. According to an obituary for Walters, the paper ran after her death in 2000. Whatever that psychologist concerns, this seems like a pro-social goose snapping if I ever heard one.
Pro-social. Oh my God. What? I can get one of these things for next to nothing.
What?
And there's a company that does the outfits. I'm doing it. I'm getting this now. I'm ordering it now.
It's coming to me. The concrete goose?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
The company is called Miles Kimball, since 1935, supplying porch gooses. And then you can buy the base goose, and it's got a little thought bubble that says, "Choose my outfit." And then there's the outfits: the Easter Bunny outfit, the leprechaun, the brown bunny, the patriotic Uncle Sam.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, the lawn gnome goose outfit, the love bug. Oh no, a bumblebee.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Is there a rain slicker? I hear that's the most popular.
Oh, I don't know.
A goose and a rain slicker is so funny to me.
There's a tomato. You can dress it as a cardinal or a referee for
footballs. God, is it a goose or an Ann Getty's baby?
There's a Frankenstein. Oh no! Oh, I love it.
Erin?
Oh no, I'm going to spend hundreds of dollars.
Listen to me right now. Look me in my eyes. Look me in my eyes.
What?
You need to text me after we record telling me exactly how much shipping is, and I am going to split it with you because you will not do this alone.
There's a giraffe, there's a witch. Oh no, there's a pilgrim.
No, I'm so excited.
This is my heritage. Like, this is my culture. Like, a lot of people
white
think
shit I've ever heard in my
millennial
life.
straight white women don't have a culture, and you're wrong, because this is it. Sorry, honey, we do have a culture. Have you seen those Midwest starter packs that are like, the Midwest doesn't have a culture, and then it's like, sorry, honey, we do, and it's like a Karen haircut and like a pork tenderloin sandwich and a Casey's.
And it says, "Oh, I'm just gonna sneak on by ya."
Sorry, honey. We do have a culture. Oh my God. I'm so excited for this.
Oh my God. Okay.
if anyone wants to join me on this journey, please let me know.
Oh my god, please live tweet it, I think, maybe. But I'm serious about this. You will tell me exactly how much it costs, and I'm splitting it with you.
Gaggleville Goose Get Ups, take a gander.
Oh my god. Okay. Sarah P. I think maybe the infamous Sarah P. I can't remember. Oh, no, different Sarah P. She said, Thanksgiving thoughts from a former Colonial Williamsburg employee. Are you interested in these tidbits?
Yes.
All right, excellent.
Unless here's what
No,
I'm interested unless it's like, you're wrong, Aaron. I hate you. Is it that?
No.
Okay, then
why would I read anything like that?
I don't know. I just hate it when it's just like, I hate you. And I'm like, this is what I experienced when I went there.
No.
All right. Okay.
So I think she's addressing my confusion over like how you are a tourist / how you like walk for free if you live there, you know?
Oh, I'm confused about that too. We talked about that.
So I know. So it says, you can, in fact, just walk down the street without paying a thing. Tourists are directed one direction, but if you're a local or in the know, you can just walk right down the street, which is public.
In the know.
In the know. HBs, you're about to be in the know. Because of this, when I lived in one of those historic houses for 2 years, I did in fact have to kick complete strangers off my porch and had more than one person try to follow me home. In fact, the day I moved in, a lady tried to get me to give her a tour. When that didn't work, she tried to buy my furniture. No joke. I had a hidden parking lot behind my house and took great joy in driving down a street no one else was allowed to go on. That's a mood.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely it is.
The costumes that were worn by the staff in the late 80s were awful. Not accurate, usually made out of polyester, and didn't fit great. They've gotten better, but there's definitely a hierarchy, and lots of people get jealous of the actors who get better clothes. As an employee, I rarely ate in the taverns unless I had a free meal voucher. In those cases, my friends and I would split a bowl of punch, which is some of the strongest stuff I've ever had.
Really?
And then proceed to loudly stumble down the street after hours talking about hot guys and books. The food has gotten slightly better over the years. Slightly. And she says she loved living there. Yeah, it's really fun. So
thank you for that insight. I really appreciate it. We also got another message from somebody else that's like, the bar you went to doesn't exist. Like there's no place like that. And I was like, I was there. It was two things. It's like, I was there. I didn't make up that story. That's real. The like dirty napkin man was real, and he was an employee, and it was a bar that was open late at night. But then also like this is an experience I had that I lived. So like it also kind of felt like, you know, when you are like in a historical place and you're like, oh yeah, I met that guy Sam, and then there's like a crusty like old prospector that's like, Sam hasn't been here for 25 years, he's been dead, you know, like that sort of thing. Like that doesn't exist. Like maybe it was ghosts, like maybe it was a ghost tavern. Anyway, I didn't want to read that message because I'm like, it was real. I was there.
It was real.
I ate that cheesy soup and I drank that beer mead. Anyway, okay, this goose says that it's for indoor or protected outdoor use.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Can you slap some outdoor paint on it? Like, you know, a spray paint of that old...
I don't know. It's plastic.
Stuff?
I'm worried it's hollow plastic.
Oh, no, you can't get a hollow plastic one. A lot of people tried, and they end up having to weigh them down because they blow away.
Yeah. It'll definitely blow away here. We get crazy winds.
Yeah. That's why you got to get a concrete boy.
I just need a concrete one. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get a Gaggleville goose. What's it called? Wait. Gaggleville goose get-ups. Take a gander. I'm not going to get one of those ones. All right. Okay.
So the final thing on my outline, on my little list, is just to tell them about our exciting revamp.
Yes. Hello,
We're
listener.
redesigning some things at Heaving
We're redesigning
Bosoms.
some things.
Yeah.
Listener, I hope that you embrace these changes that we are going to make. because it is the only way podcast can keep going.
Yep.
I, over the summer, took a very, very demanding civilian job that is my dream job. That is the best, highest job I'm going to have ever in my career, probably. And it's important to me. Also, I cannot leave the Army because they won't let me. So 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year, and pretty much everything in between, I'm still doing Army work. Yep. And my unit has moved to the Midwest, which means my hours on the 1 weekend a month / sometimes 2 weekends a month I'm working are 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that really just throws off that week when I'm working like long hours at my other job and then doing 3 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then on Sundays then also doing 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with you, and then also reading a book a week. It's just
nearly impossible.
And then also making Patreon episodes, and then I can't do it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And all my friends hate me because they're like, why don't you like us? Why won't you hang out with us? And I can't.
Something's got to give.
I can't do it anymore. Yep.
And we had a chat because I was like, I don't want to be a part of killing you. That's not my dream.
Right, yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to bring in Natalie.
Some more bosoms.
Yeah, we're going to bring in additional bosoms. The primary bosom of which will be Natalie, who you know from being our assistant, and also... What did we call it when Natalie had a podcast within a podcast? What was it called? Meet a badass? Talk to a badass?
Ask a badass.
Ask a badass. There we go.
That's the one. Yeah.
You guys love Natalie.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to really like the dynamic between me and Natalie, who are real life friends, and Melody and Natalie, who are real life friends. And I think you're going to learn to love that dynamic just as much as you love our dynamic. So what we're going to do is we're kind of going to cycle through. So there's going to be like a me and Melody episode, and then a Mel and Nat episode, then a Mel and me episode. You know, like we're going to kind of do that. And then we're going to bring in friends more often. So one thing that will help me free up my schedule is if I can record more with people in different time zones, because Mel and I are so far apart. Like, if I could record on a weeknight, that helps me out a lot. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we're going to hear more Cole episodes. We're going to hear more Sarah episodes. You're going to bring on some more people as well.
Yeah, I'm going to bring on people that I'm, like, real-life friends with. Mm-hmm. And actually, a lot of them are also from Romancelandia, because Romancelandia is the best. And I've been able to actually make really cool friends. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we're going to... But, so, the thing is, and the thing we want to stress to everyone, is that you're still getting 2 really good friends every episode.
Yes. We're not bringing in, like... Well, we'll always be bringing in every once in a while authors that you want to hear from. Like, we're bringing in Sally Thornton very soon. You know, like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But for our, like, core episodes, it's always going to be people who have fun, banter, good chemistry.
Right.
You know, the stuff that we've heard you, and we know the stuff you like, and we're going to continue to give you the stuff you like. And more often than not, it's going to be me and Melody.
Right.
But we're also going to have these rotations, too, so I can get a little bit of a break, maybe a couple weekends a month, 1 weekend a month. I'm not on the show.
More than that. Yeah, we need to do more than that for you. But the other great thing is that this is actually going to really, really help and improve our Patreon content.
Right.
Because Patreon will always be Aaron and I. Every once in a while, like, I like to do little Patreon shorts with other people who are usually friends or authors or whatever. But if it's, like, bonus content, it's always going to be Aaron and I. And we'll actually have time to record them. Like, a lot of times, you know, we start recording at 8 p.m. East Coast time. Mm-hmm. And so by the time we're done recording a regular episode, it's like, I don't know, 10, maybe a little bit earlier. Mm-hmm. And then it's 6, so it's dinner time for Aaron. And, like, we're trying to record a Patreon after, and it's really hard. So this will give us time to actually record cool and more Patreon content.
Right.
So, yeah. You can always find Aaron and I over there.
And that Patreon content is your goddamn Nesta book, okay?
Guess what?
And that Patreon content will be your stupid fucking Nesta book. Congratulations, thank you. All right?
But also...
You win, universe. I'm reading the Nesta book. Sorry,
yes.
I'm fine with it.
Well, no, but I also think that one of the things that we can do, like, not only that, but I've seen some opinions and some reports, and like, it's not only going to be whatever we're recapping at that time. Like, a lot of people were like, I'm not watching Chloe, you know? And so why would they want to continue being there? So we're also going to do like friendship shorts and random shit that's like, you know, we used to do, like, take this Disney quiz together. And those ended up being really, really fun episodes. Right. So it's going to be recaps, but it's also going to be just like Erin and I being best friends in front of you.
Yeah. Like, which I think is what you guys, you know, like over the years, we've noticed that's what you like, you know? Yeah. So we're trying to do that.
And that's what the survey said.
And I think you're also going to like me and Natalie being best friends in front of you. And, you know, like, I think it's going to be more friendship, just different flavors, I think.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And when we get together, we'll be more rested. And so our episodes will be better.
Yes.
Because you won't be half dead.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. That's how we prefer it, me personally.
Yes. Yeah.
So. Anyway, right, I'm really, really excited.
Me too.
And we have to get off of here so that we can record our first Akka Smurf book.
Nesta! Listen, guys, I know I was like, this stupid fucking Nesta book, but I do like it. I'm going to like it. So here's the problem is I'm going to like it. So
that's why she didn't want to read it.
Listen.
Hot take.
Listen, Sarah J. Maas, if you're listening, you're not. I don't know why you're
why would she?
You're a Hollywood woman now, but if you are, I liked your book. I always do. It's just
right. My thing. I mean, I texted you earlier. I was like, Erin, Sarah J. Maas got me again. I just meant to read 1 through 5, and then I did look up, and I was on chapter 20. Oh no. She's done it again.
Also, I think I have to buy this plastic goose and fill it with sand or something, because
that's a possibility.
Because the concrete geese, I'm not sure if the clothes will fit.
Well, not to mention that trying to get a 65-pound concrete goose from like Kentucky or whatever to Anchorage has to be no less than $1,000. Like, that shipping is nuts.
Well spent. Spare no expense. Especially because my BFF said she split it with me, so that's only $500.
That's true. We would have to negotiate on that front. Once we got to that point, I would have to order you a bag of sand from Lowe's.
That works.
And tell you.
All right, well, more to come. Maybe we'll do a Patreon goose watch update in a couple weeks.
Video you putting on that fucking goose outfit for the first time and put it on Patreon, I will fight you.
All right. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yes, listener, you. Are you loving the show? If so, please leave a rating and review in your podcast app. The 90 seconds you take to say something nice not only helps new people find the show, but it makes me super smile over at HBHQ. Also, I've had a few people ask, and the answer is yes. We are still doing the 5-star bribe. If you leave us a review with 5 stars, then we'll do whatever book you want. We're real deep into the list, though, so it might be a while. Lilas! Okay, back to the show.